Hello everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Zachariah the Ghost. Guys, as I continue with mountains, rivers, and caves, I decided to put this one today simply because of I'm reading your comments, guys. There was my beautiful sister on the comment who told me that, I hear you telling these stories and these are great stories, but don't hide yourself. Next time show yourself so that people can know who you are. Listen, I am reading your comment, and my beautiful sister, this is me. I am not hiding. I'm not afraid of anything. This is my life, and I choose to share. Now, I got this goat online because of I was searching for the goat that looked similar like the goat that I used when they did the ancestral welcome ceremony for me. As I'm sharing my story, and this is the path that I went to one of the mountains, and I was just intrigued, or I just loved the way the path was, because of people couldn't wait until the cement can get dry, and they decided to walk on it. They were in a hurry and they wanted to go and pray because there is a cave when you keep on going on this road, and there is also the waterfall. And what really surprised me, it looks like these people, they were not wearing shoes. And that is one of those African spiritual, traditional healing, ancestral stuff where people walk barefoot. So I thought the combination of the three, can do a good picture for me. So that when I talk and I tell you my story, you'll understand what is going on. And one of the reasons why sometimes I show you the picture and I talk on the background, or I show you the picture, I talk on the background, is because of sometimes I feel like I can share when I am at a space whereby I cannot set up the camera and start recording. And if I wait and I tell myself that I'll go home and set up the camera at home and start working, I don't stay alone at home. So my girlfriend will be there and talking about other stuff. I'll be there. She'll be like, no, we need to go jogging, and now we have to have that kind of an argument about, health is important. And at the end, of course, I will always lose and I will go jogging with her, or I will do some house chores. And the idea that I had in my head of wanting to record this kind of content, it will be gone. And the following day, I might not have the same energy and I might not feel the same way. I might not be in the same space where I can just share, fluently. And now let's continue, guys. The police showed up at my neighbor's place, like I said on the previous episode. And the guy at the passenger seat, he took out his left hand and started banging the door while he is busy talking. And I understood that he was very angry. And if I don't say anything, if he just get hold of me, the guy will panel beat me. The guy will make sure that he will beat me. So what I did was to say, those guys, they cannot tell me anything. I called the police yesterday, and I was told that that was a matter of a royal court or royal council, because of we are fighting over a land. It is not something that the police are getting involved in, that kind of a matter. I called yesterday, but now because of my neighbors are calling them, they come running and they think they will come and intimidate me and tell me what to do and what not to do. I'm going nowhere. If anybody wants to talk to me, they must come to my father's land. I'm not going anywhere. So when I talk that way, I wanted them to hear that I am fuming, I am raging on the other side. And that's why he got that angry and he was smashing that, door. And they started driving slowly to my father's gate. The car stopped. They greeted me, I greeted them. And they said, can you please come here? And I was like, no, I'm not going anywhere. If you guys want to talk to me, you can just come here. The driver said, look, we are not here to fight. We are here because of we have a problem and we want to solve a problem. And I understood that before these guys, open their cars and start approaching to my direction, it's going to be a problem. I might say, hey, I'm in my father's house, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. But the officers are officers and the law is the law. I stood up, I went to them, I greeted them, and they asked me, how are you doing, man? I'm like, I'm good. They said, can we ask you a question? I'm like, yes. They said, that car behind the mud house, who is the owner of the car? I said, I'm also shocked, I'm surprised, I really don't know what's going on. It's the same question that I'm asking myself, who put the car there? Because last time I checked, my father didn't have that car. My father drives a Toyota Cressida, but not that car. And the one who is on the passenger seat, and he said, if you don't know about the car, whose house is this? I said, this is my father's house. Now they said, look, man, we have a problem because of your neighbors. They called us and they told us that you are here and you are taking their land. And you are promising to fight with anybody who is entering that land. And they've been looking for that land for more than 20 years. Now, why are you causing problems? I said, officer, I'm not causing problems. I don't even understand what is going on because I called the police yesterday and the police didn't show up. And that's why when I see you guys standing there, I was angry at you. Because of you didn't support me yesterday and they almost killed me yesterday. And the same people who wanted to kill me yesterday, they call you and you come running. That's why you see me behaving this way. And about the land, I am so surprised. Why are they calling you guys? Because yesterday, the king ordered them to remove each and everything that belongs to them so that they can leave me in peace in this land. So when I see you guys coming today, I thought maybe you're coming to help so that they can move their stuff. And they said, does the king know about this? I said, yes, the king knows about it because I was taken to the royal court and I went there and the king decided to rule on my side. And he said, it is my father's land because of I have the papers and they don't have the papers. They were only looking after the land. And there was no even agreement between my father and them. And now I saw, their faces, the way they started to look at each other because they felt betrayed. They were not told that the matter has been brought to the attention of the king and the king already made the decision. He already made the judgment. And they said, we were not told about the involvement of the king. We are so sorry. And one thing we can just tell you is that when they say whatever they want to say to you, don't respond to them. Because of if you continue to go back and forth with them, they will call us and they will report you as you are abusing them, you are disturbing their peace and everything, and we will come and arrest you. That's the advice we are giving you. You can take the advice if you like, or you can ignore the advice. But if they're calling us and now they start reporting that you did something to them, we are going to take you for sure. So if you have any place that you can go, just go and visit your family members, even if it's for 2 days or 3 days. Even if it's a week, it's okay, so that the situation can cool because of the way they're so angry. It's not going to stop now. Go somewhere, take time, and you'll come back. And that was the great advice they gave me, and I listened to them immediately. After I spoke with the police, I decided to go and pack some of the things that I can take, and I went to visit my family members. Now, days went by, and I came back to the village, and now I took the police advice, and at that point, we were not talking. We were not even greeting each other. And I realized that, they moved the car, and they moved everything. You know, the place, it's okay, and we are not talking at all. And I kept it that way, no problem. Then one day I was going to withdraw money from the post office because my father sent me money like he promised, so that I can go and withdraw money at the post office and fix things before he come. So I was at the hiking spot on my way back from the post office, and transportation, it's difficult to get at the rural area because it's only few people who have cars, and those who have cars, they don't want to give people lift. And now I was standing there for a while. There comes the Mercedes Benz, and I'm like, you see, these ones who are driving expensive cars, the person will just pass, And I didn't even pay attention to the person who was driving, let the car pass. The Mercedes stopped. He just passed and he stopped somewhere there, and he decided to reverse. And the person who was reversing the car, I didn't even know the person by the time. He was like older than even my parents. Then he reversed the car, he greeted me, I came and greeted him, and I'm trying to talk like, can I please have a lift? I'm going to this village. And he said, no, jump in the car, man. I opened, the door, went in. So while we were driving, we saw some other people at the bus stop. They were also waiting for, a transport because they are also hiking. And I look at them, I look at him. I didn't say a word, but he understood what I was saying because there was a woman and a child. And he said, no, I don't give people lift on the road. Even you saw I passed you, and I had to stop and reverse. Maybe you want to know the reason why. Because right there I'm like, okay, I really want to know. Why is he giving me a lift? And he saw a child and a woman, and he decided to pass them. He said, but before I tell you that, I need the permission from you so that I can start talking to you. I want to tell you something, but I need a permission from you first. I said, yes, no problem. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me. And he started by telling me that he is a well-known traditional healer in the province. So he traveled to different places. Even now, they called him to go and help somewhere. And he told me that he is that one that they call when there is a serious problem that, they needed a quick fix, or else maybe they don't sleep at home because of they hear things, and he's the one who will come and help to strengthen that family, things like that. And he said, but I am not qualified to tell you what I see without you giving me the permission. Because of when I look at you, I'm a child to you. You are the one who should take me to the bush and heal me when I'm sick. I'm not supposed to be telling you this thing. But when I look at you, I see that the place that you're staying at, you are surrounded by enemies. They look like they don't get along, but they are the same team. They get along. And the problem is you. And I have to tell you this. When they are going to make that ancestral ceremony, when everybody is there at home, because it will happen. I know you have a doubt. You are not sure if your father will show up. He will show up because he is so happy because he needed this more than you need it so that he can find peace. He was supposed to be, he was supposed to do this long time ago. He is late. He knows. That's why he is so soft to you, because he wants you to do that so that he can be free. Because he knows that he was supposed to become a traditional healer, but he ran away from the responsibility. Now they chose you as his son to take over what he was supposed to do. So that's why he said he is ashamed. So the old man told me so many things, But he said, you must be very careful when you slaughter the goat, because of there is things which they planted in that land, that when you slaughter a goat, that goat will slaughter you. So you need to fix the land before you slaughter a goat on that land. And when you fix the land, do not ask for any man of God, any bishop, any pastor, any traditional healer to go and perform that for you. You need to do it yourself with your hand. And now when he said that, I've never been in a position whereby I can go and start mixing things so that I can get rid of the spell or the evil spirit or the things that, people of the dark, they have done, so that I can die. I've never been there. But my life is at stake. Like I said, sometimes when they want to fight physically and they cannot win physically, they will want to go spiritually. And now it was a problem because I've never been in the position. All I know is to go to the mountain, go to the river and pray. That's all I know. And come back, sleep, see things. I can dream about things. And that was a bit tough. And he said, don't worry, you got this. God will protect you. God sent you to this place because of he knew exactly that you are going to win the battle. He trusts you. You are his best warrior. And he said that while he's busy laughing. So we were driving, and he's busy telling me a lot of things that I know about, the generation before me. He was telling about how my grandfather used to go to the mountains, how, my forefathers, they used to run the initiation schools back in the days and all these type of things. So, and he told me that even if you can get sick one day, don't go to any traditional healer. Because if you do that, you are going to die there. When you get sick, you either go to any church that you want to go to or go to any mountain that you want to go to or a river, but do not go to a traditional healer because of those who walks with you, your ancestors, your forefathers. They are very, I can use the word snobbish. When somebody is about to perform the healing and everything or prophesy you, they look down on people and they say, who are you to even want to consult us? Because remember, when the traditional healers are doing whatever they do, they always have this bag or something that they will want you to blow. They will want you to blow the air in there so that that thing, it has a meaning. I mean, that saying, it has a meaning. But people don't understand, how these things work. Because Vumani is plural. And once somebody address you as plural, not Vuma, that means they see more than one person. That means they see who walks with you. That means they see your ancestors or your angels. It depends on how you want to put it. You can call them angels, you can call them ancestors. It doesn't matter. I know that's the subject for another day. We cannot discuss it right now. And I know others will say, they say Vumani because of they respect you or they respect the elders behind you. But we will talk about it next time. Now, what the traditional healer was telling me there was that saying, your ancestors, they look down on others. When the traditional healer saying Vumani, they are asking the question to the traditional healer of saying, who are you to say Vumani to us? Who are your elders? Because of all they know is to teach people to become traditional healer, not to be taught by people. Because now you will be going to someone who was taught by a Gobela to become who they are. And if you put yourself in that position, that means you are disrespecting them because of now you undermine who they are, their dignity, what they are carrying as the elders, as the people who used to take people who are training to become traditional healers to the mountain and train them So he was explaining all those kind of things so that I can understand why I shouldn't do this, why I should do that. I just wanted to explain that so that you guys can understand, where I'm coming from and why sometimes I can speak about, traditional healing, but you don't see me wearing red and white beads. These things, they have their own language, they have their own rules and how things work. And sometimes we cannot explain everything, at the same time. It takes time. You just talk about certain things bit by bit so that people can understand how things are working. Because, the problem is that the elders are not sharing. The elders are not sharing. I just hear some other people who are finding some information while they are old, they are in their 40s and 50s, and they'll be like, I didn't know about this. It's because of people are not sharing. So now he told me everything, and I went home and I prayed about it. And the thing about strengthening the family or the yard or the house, it's not about what you are mixing, what is important. One thing that I realized after what I did there at home, it was that your faith in your hand, you can just take, even if it's water, and you pray for that water, and you start using the water because of you believe the water can protect you. That's easy as that. I've seen some of the people who say they are well known, and when you check there, they're just mixing salt and some other stuff. You're like, but this thing can be bought in the shop. It is not about what you're mixing, it's your faith. So when people are charging people arm and a leg to come and heal them and whatever, it's not about the herbs and stuff. It's about them knowing what to mix and them being in a space whereby it's holy when they are clean, and they can be in a space whereby they can heal people. So now I went home and everything was done well. The day of the ceremony came. Everybody from my family was there. And surprisingly, when it was the time to slaughter a goat, no one wanted to slaughter a goat. And that tells me that people knows things. And people are not sleeping. When they came there, they came to that place knowing exactly what will happen. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad at them. I never slaughtered a goat before in my life. I just grew up in Kasi. All we know is to go to the butchery and buy meat from the butchery. So this will be my first time, but it doesn't matter because I need this for me. People who comes here simply because of they want to be in the presence of our forefathers so that they can see them when we're doing the ceremony, it's fine. Let me continue with what I was called to come and do here. So what happened was that the ceremony became a success. Everybody was there. The goat was slaughtered. People were there celebrating with me. I remember the other, family member was like saying, man, what you did here is beautiful. We never had this kind of a thing. We always talk about doing the family gatherings, but we don't even do the family gatherings. But you, as the youngest in the family, you managed to bring us together. You managed to make a ceremony whereby we were all failing to do this ceremony. And now I remember the other one was saying, and you managed to bring our auntie who doesn't even believe in this African ceremony things and the rituals. The one who is in church and she doesn't want to hear anything about it. But today, she decided to come here and make an African beer for Yumkomboti so that, we can be connected with the forefathers. And it was a beautiful ceremony. Everything went well. And, after the ceremony, me and ate like the goat meat, whatever. So they decided to cut the pieces and everybody took the meat to their houses and that was it. Me, I just made sure that I was left with, the skin of that goat. And I stayed there, for a while before I take my trip back to Val River because I wanted to go there and I wanted to see people there and tell them that, guys, I went home and the trip, it was a success. Everything went well, Unfortunately, when I arrived there, I find out that the person who gave me the prophecy was not there. because of people don't stay to that place for too long. They are there for a while, and when times comes, they just go and they focus on their jobs wherever they were going, you know. And I just wanted to give you that story, guys, because of now. I just want to share. I'm in a good spirit. I feel like I can share. And join me on the next episode, because Mountains, Rivers and Caves continues. Although I am no longer using that title because of I'm trying to monetize the channel, but I'll continue with the story. And on the next episode, I will be telling you guys how we used to survive, you know, under the bridge while I was staying at Val. And I'm going to share, you know, the relationship between people who were praying and also, you know, the people who were homeless, the Nyaupe boys who used to smoke Nyaupe and everything. Although we were kind of like both homeless, there was a bridge and it was just dividing the two groups. There were two groups under the bridge. And guys, I appreciate your love and your support, guys. Join me on the next episode while I continue with storytelling. Thank you.